All praises, honor, glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, and shalom to the brethren. I want to get into the signs and wonder, the signs of reproach that the scriptures speak about as pertaining to the Israelites, how you would know who the Israelites are in modern day, in current time, because it is it's a constant theme. It's a fact in the scriptures that the Israelites were going to be lost. All right, hence lost tribes of Israel, meaning their identity would be would be lost, and it would be unknown, that they would discontinue for their heritage. The scriptures all throughout this book, they go into the fact that Israel would pretty much leave off from their identity, their heritage, not know who the fuck they were. And it's a sign as to who those people are. All right. And here we have Gad. All right. Gad and Reuben and the so-called Native Americans, man, as one of the tribes of Israel. When you look at that people, there's no way that you can arrive at another conclusion for who those people are. All right. There's prophecies in the scriptures that talked about how the Israelites during this Solomon's reign, that the northern kingdom of Israel, which consisted of Ephraim, all the tribes besides Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, so you had Ephraim and all the other tribes consisting of the northern kingdom. They came to a land where mankind never dwelt, known as Arsareth in the scriptures. They came to the Americas, man. All right, and in the northern kingdom is the tribe of the Native American tribes of Reuben and Gad. All right, and when you look at what's been done to them, you know that they're Israelites. All right, through the prophecies. There's a movie that came out called Wind River in 2017, and it was based on true events on what goes down in the reservations. And basically it was about a fucking Native American, very young woman, 18, 19, getting gang raped and murdered. All right. And it's an epidemic in the Native American reservations, these so-called Indian reservations, man. All right, I'm gonna get a little bit of this transcript of an interviewer who is whatever the fuck this guy is. What is this guy? An NPR. NPR is fucking. What the fuck is NPR? NPR is this website, whatever channel, whatever the fuck they do. This guy was interviewing the director of Wind River. All right, and this is what he says. He says it's based on thousands of actual stories just like it. It says this issue with sexual assault against women on the reservation, it existed since the inception of a reservation system, but really in the past 15 to 20 years, it exploded, and it gets no attention, which is the motivation for writing the film, right? It says, women who are, to understand it, I guess we have to say it bluntly, sexually assaulted, raped, and then disappear, sometimes found, sometimes not. It said, I wanted to end the film with the statistic to give a number so that people could digest and understand, the magnitude of the issue. And I had two researchers spend 3 months trying to find a statistic, reaching out to the Department of Justice, CDC, any organization they could. And Then they came back and said, Taylor, we cannot find a statistic. No one's keeping it. It says, and I said, well, that's our statistic. Okay. It says, the New York Times, according to the New York Times, Wind River, which was a fucking reservation somewhere in Middle America, said has been suffering a crime rate 5 to 7 times the national average. Life expectancy is 49 years of age, and unemployment higher than 80%, and teenagers are twice as likely to kill themselves. It says, and all of this 50 miles as the crow flies from Jackson Hole in Teton County, which is one of the richest counties in the nation. Okay. He goes on to say, he said, well, I hope that they recognize that there's an epidemic of violence on the reservation that needs attention and needs addressing. All right? And that was it. So you got to ask yourself, how are these people so fucking downtrodden and disenfranchised right here in America, man? Well, people that essentially founded America, that were here, that were inhabitants before the so-called Caucasians came over and fucking and decimated them, performed genocide on them, and broke countless treaties. To this day, to destroy this people, man. Scriptures tell you that it was going to be a sign and a proverb for who the Israelites were. It says in Daniel 9:12, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. So to the nation of Israel, a great evil was done upon them. Evil is a compound word, even ill, bad times. Bad deeds were nothing but bad deeds, atrocities, heinous acts were performed to the people of Israel, the children of Israel, man. All 12 tribes. All right. Scriptures tell you that over here in America, that we would be oppressed together, meaning all the fucking tribes would be oppressed here in this fucking melting pot, man. That this would be our fucking prison country. Alright, prison planet, if you will. It says, for under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Israel. Alright, when you look at the statistics, or the lack thereof, how destitute the Native Americans are, the tribes of Reuben and Gad, it's stifling. And then you can deduce through history and the events that took place, things that were done upon other peoples, you can deduce who the other tribes are, man. The ones who suffered at the hands of colonization, the ones who suffered at the hands of the so-called white man through his colonization and transatlantic slave trade. All right, and fucking that show, the Borgias. It's not called the Borgias. It's called Borgia, and it's on Netflix, separate from the one that was on fucking what was that on? Borgias was on fucking like Showtime or HBO, one of those type shows. This is a Netflix show, and it shows you how Cesare Borgia's father, fucking Pope Alexander, aka what was his, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, he was in his court, right, in the palace, wherever the fuck, on the throne, because the popes used to sit on fucking thrones, probably still do. He was posted on the throne, and there's a time like when you're a king like that, you have people bringing shit into you. Let me see what that's called. Is that called obeisance? Obeisance? Gesture expressing deferential respect, such as a bow or courtesy. Deferential respect, to pay obeisance to the prince, respect, homage, and worship. Alright? So they used to bring shit unto them, present gifts and other things of the sort. And in that was a motherfucker from, it looked like your boy Cristalbo. Looked like your boy Cristalbo. And let's get that for edification's sake. What is his name? Christopher Columbus. All right. So he was around the 1450s to around 1500. All right. Let's get that. What was that nigga? Rodrigo Borgia. Look at that. 1431 to 1500. All right. It looked like your fucking boy Cristalbo was presenting him, and it might have been that nigga. He was presenting a fucking Native American from the Americas to him as a gift. All right. It was a little boy. It was either a little boy or a little girl. What do you think he was going to do with them? All right. See? So you had the Native Americans being fucking transferred over and from here to other lands too in the transatlantic slave trade, man. So no evil, no greater evil and worse shit has been done to these people than has been done to the tribes of Israel, man. All right. And it's crazy because when you look at so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they coined that. They actually accentuate the fact that those are the most downtrodden, disenfranchised people on the face of the earth in the history of mankind, man. When you look at fucking chattel slavery, no worse shit, atrocities have been done to these people than us. You look at what the fuck this guy did in colonization, chattel slavery, man. It's never been done to anybody in the history of mankind where somebody outright was owned. Them, everything they created, even what's in their mind, their intellectual property, and then their seed for an unforeseeable end. For generations and generations, you own this motherfucking people. You own the fruit of their loins, man. You own the fruit of their womb. All right? This is in Deuteronomy 28:45 through 50, through 46, 45 and 46. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. So the Most High gave the children of Israel law, statutes, commandments to perform, and then if they were not to perform them, from Deuteronomy 28 and 15 through the end of the chapter, tells you that they would it specifically pinpoints all the curses that these people would suffer from. All right. And he just told you that they would pursue you and destroy you, overtake you and destroy you, if you heeded not unto the commandments, hearkened it not. All right. And this is the point. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So these curses, these actual clues, this evidence, it's written and that's itemized in the 15th verse, 15 to 44. Those would be the signs. That would be the clues. That would be the evidence of who this people is. All right, and those Native Americans, so-called Native Americans, the tribes of Gad and Reuben, have indeed suffered all of those curses to the T, man. So that's how you know, man. That's how you know. Who else? Who the fuck else? It's plain. It's a process of elimination, and they've been weeded out as the imposters and the different people who try to claim they're this, that they have this identity. All right, it's been fucking proven. It's in Proverbs 14:34. Oh, Slakia. It's for another time. This is Tobit 3:4. For they obeyed not thy commandments, wherefore thou hast delivered us for a spoil and unto captivity and unto death, and for a proverb of reproach to all the nations among whom we are dispersed. All right, so this spoiling, this reproach, these things that were done to us, the state that we're in, all those things that I mentioned about the Indian reservation, those things are a proverb of reproach, man. It's a sign and a fucking a testament to who these people are, and it's visible to all the nations. All right, to see and to witness and to behold the downfall of our people. All right, it's a proverb of reproach. It's another way of saying it's a sign and a wonder, man. All right, it's a testament to who the Israelites are, and that's what you have us. You defeated us. All right, but it's written that in the end we're gonna destroy this man. It's gonna start with him being revealed, to where the son of perdition is going to be made known across the world who the fuck this man is, the mystery of iniquity. It starts with your exposure, and then to your destruction by the hand of the Heavenly Father. It says by the hand of His people Israel. All right, and through the various calamities the Most High has set to befall this fucking place. This is in Genesis 49:19. Gad, a troop, shall overcome him. All right, so Gad, the nation, Slakia, so-called Native Americans, they were indeed overcome. They were overcome by the Calvary, the United States Cavalry. All right, utterly fucking destroyed them and broke a fuck ton of treaties in the process. It says, but he shall overcome at the last. All right, so despite all these things that are associated with our people, the all the negativity is associated with the tribes of Gad and Reuben, the so-called Native Americans, so-called fucking American Indians, right? All the bad shit associated with them, all the disadvantages that they have in society, all that is going to be wiped away when he gets his hand around your neck, man. The ones that fucking spilled our blood, it can only be avenged by the blood that shed it. It can only be cleansed by the blood of him that shed our blood, man. See? And that's what the Most High is in the process of doing right now. In first, shameful spewing, first getting consumed by the spirit of the Most High's mouth, because we're just mouthpieces for the Most High. The mid of the Lord. He's consuming you with the spirit of his mouth, and then he's going to destroy you physically. All right, and we're already in the process stages of it. See? So with that, all praises, honor, glory, dominion, and power to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to Wada Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Kakadash.